Once I was told that I was running on the bottom of the gunk of a Coke can. Do you know what that stuff is? Can you picture that? Basically, I was completely depleted and running on empty. And it was because I thought I was strong. And it was because I thought I had to be strong. Is this you? Are you doing everything for everyone? Are you being a woman warrior and making everything happen because you can? Well, guess what? You don't have to do it. My name is Vicki Rude, and I coach women that are people pleasers, that are empathetic, that are highly sensitive. You know, I used to think that I was just too much or that I was just too little. I grew up in a family and it was hard and we didn't have a lot of money and my dad was an alcoholic, and lo and behold, I became an alcoholic too, because what happened to me was drinking shut out all the negative thoughts I was having about myself. And I went on a ride and I became I went to high school by doing too much. I went to college by doing too much. I ended up dropping out of college. But then I got married, had kids, and found a job. And this job afforded me to make a lot of money, way more than I would have if I was a teacher. And I ended up climbing the corporate ladder, and I became a director of business development, making 6 figures. And life was really, really good on the outside. But on the inside, I was a hot mess. I got sober about 11 years ago, and I've been in the recovery program, in the recovery community, and it has changed my life pretty drastically. And my self-development journeys probably started when I was 13, just reading books and Tony Robbins and all the self-help books you could think of. But when my life really changed was when I went into recovery, and I was able to clean up my past, and I was able to understand and see clearly, because I wasn't drinking or using anymore, that I was a part of the problems that I was creating in my life. And what happened to me was I was doing great on paper, and I ended up leaving a toxic job. Because though I was making a lot of money, I wasn't present for my family. I would come home, I would check my emails, I would be on the phone with customers or coworkers, and really I was handling it and I was doing it at the expense of my own happiness and the happiness of my children. So I changed jobs and my salary went down dramatically, and I ended up going into really major debt. But then I was recruited into a position that seemed like my dream job. And I negotiated a salary of higher than I've ever negotiated before. And I went to work there for 2 weeks, and I ended up getting fired. And I was ashamed and humiliated. And my warrior woman was just devastated. What am I going to do now? So I had a friend, and my friend explained to me what my gifts were. One of my gifts is, and why I was so good in my job, was I was a really great mentor, teacher, and trainer, and that is what I loved. And she said, why don't you become a life coach? I know this school, they're teaching life coaching. It's really great. It's based on the principles of Toltec wisdom, which is Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you haven't read the book, The 4 Agreements, I highly recommend you do. And then my life changed, and I became a life coach, and I got certified, and I really worked hard at building a business. Building a business is not easy, but I was happy, and I made way less money than I made before, but I had real joy in my life. Real joy, real belly laughs. I was available for my friends. I was available for my children. And then the rubber met the road, and the debt caught up to me, and the not making as much money caught up to me, and I had to make a decision. And I tried to file for bankruptcy, but I couldn't because I had too much equity in that house that I bought as a director of business development, doing really great on paper, that I bought just for me and my kids. As a single woman, as a warrior woman, I did it. And I had to make a big decision this past year. Because you see, my dream is to help women, and to help women get through this stuff quicker than I did, and to help women really see what the beauty they have inside of them, and that they don't have to put themselves last, and that when they put themselves first, that life is much more joyful for them and for everybody else, because we think we are helping everybody, but everyone can feel what we are feeling when our energy is low, when we're not showing up authentically and fully. So I sold my house, and it was the scariest thing I've ever done. And I moved into a new place, and I'm renting it, but I'm out of debt. I am debt free. And that is a miracle, because I never in a million years thought that would happen. And now I'm building my business again, and I'm going next level. And what I want to share with you is that we can do hard things, as Glennon Doyle says, and we can get through it. And it doesn't have to be painful. And it doesn't have to be unhappy all the time, because I used to live my life as a victim, but today I'm a victor. Today I get to create a life that I love, and I did it. And it is not the way I thought it would be. But the reason why I do what I do and why it's so important to me is that we don't have to be this view that we think everybody else wants us to be. We get to be our full, authentic selves, living the life that we dreamed of. There is a way. And what I find most when I'm working with women is that not only do they do too much for everybody else, but they don't even know really what makes them happy. And that was what happened to me. When I decided to work the 12 steps and get sober, I had no idea what I liked, because I was so busy pleasing everybody else. So if you are a people pleaser, if you're highly empathetic, if you are highly sensitive, I get it. I have been there, and I have gotten through it, and I can stand on my own 2 feet, and I can be enough today. And I know that I am worthy. And though I have moments of fear, and though I have moments of insecurity, because we all do, I can help you get there. I can shine the light on what is beautiful in you, and you can be free. You can be free from these confines that you have set up in your life that you believe you need to be, because you can be a woman warrior for yourself, and you will be so much stronger and more effective to everyone around you. That growing and becoming and discovering who you are, what your strengths are, what you're good at, you will have the greatest adventure of your life. You get to choose yourself first, and you don't have to do it with guilt. I have a program, a year-long program that I would love for you to be a part of. It is a phenomenal way for you to discover, to uncover who you are, what the light is inside of you, and how to shine it, for you to develop an idea and think outside of the box and find what makes you happy and fills you up and creates real lasting joy in your life, and then build a system in your life so that you can do it and transform that life that you have, that you've worked so hard for, to actually enjoy. So my name is Vicki Rude with Vicki Rude Coaching. I am so grateful that I get to do this work, and I've done it the hard way and I've done it the easy way. And I will tell you, I much prefer the joy of doing it the way that my heart and my authentic self gets to live.